Wow. Good evening, everybody. For those of you that I have not met, I'm Lance. I am the father of the bride, and she is quite beautiful. She said that she's all cried out. So, we'll see if we can, pardon? We'll see what we can do about that. First of all, where do I begin? When you were 6 months old or 6 weeks old? 6 weeks. Non-stop crying, 24/7. It was pulling her mother and I in a million pieces because we couldn't figure it out. And it took about 3 months to figure it out, and she needed to have her first set of tubes put in. And she had 2 more sets after that, but it was night and day between what she was like without them and when she had them in. The first night, she slept for 8 hours. We both got up to see if she was still breathing because we couldn't believe it. But since that day, a lot of great things have happened. Here we go. So before we get too far gone, I'd like to welcome Lori Legator, Mikkel's mother, and all of her family, and thank you for coming and joining us, and everybody else that's been here today. It's been a wonderful experience for the last 2 days, and it's gone by so fast. And I guess with little ones running around blowing bubbles, it keeps going by quicker. Unfortunately, there's a couple of folks that couldn't be here. My mother, she's in Wisconsin and wasn't able to make the trip. And my sister, who is living and taking care of her, she couldn't make the trip either. So, but they both wish you both all the well and happiness in the future. A lot of effort's gone into making this event take place, and I'd like to make sure that I acknowledge some of the folks that were part of that, and first being my lovely bride, Allison, and Holly's mother, Kathy, and the Legators, and Cinquenegis, and my daughter, who is paranoid to get up here and do a speech. Can you believe that? She's a theater arts teacher, and she doesn't want to get up here. But we'll let her get to that. Thank you all for your assistance through all this. We've had some fun times in the last 48 hours. But what I'm really fortunate is that my daughter has met Mr. Right. Of course, marriage just isn't about finding the perfect partner, but it's also about leading. It's also about being one. And her mother and Allison and I have all been looking forward to this day for a long time. And because we want to, not because we want to hand her over the responsibility of our daughter, I did that this afternoon. If you'll notice, I said me. But that because it's a very proud day for us to see how happy and in love she is on this day. So congratulations. Mikkel, if I may offer just a few thoughts. I've had, over the years of marriage, a few things that might help you and assist you. And we'll mention that always understand that marriage begins for you with loyalty, self-restraint, and obedience. I continue on a daily basis to be trained on those, and sometimes I find myself following the path, but sometimes I don't.
Rarely.
Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. And then there's a challenge in marriage that can't be overcome, and ones that can by following with, I was wrong, you were right, and yes, dear. So, and you'll get that. And finally, and most important, and my other son-in-law reminded me of this. He said, you can't do the toast without it. And that is never go to bed in the middle of an argument. Be a man. Stand up and fight. Watch some football. You've lost anyway. You might as well get it over with. My final thought to leave you with comes, from an actor, Richard Burton, who once said that women accept men for what he is and then spend the rest of their life trying to change it. So if you will all take a good look at Mikkel, because right now his remodeling day will start tomorrow morning. Finally, if y'all, and that's Texan for everybody, would join me in lifting your glass to a toast to Holly Mikkel. Here's to the present for what you have shared together, the past for what you have learned together, the future for what you will look forward to together. Here's to love, laughter, and happiness, and to my wonderful daughter and son-in-law.
All right, now we'll hear a few words from the matron of